Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Dear students, I welcome you all in class 8th, chapter 5, that is When People Rebel 1857 and After. Dear children, in this chapter we will understand the revolt of 1857 and how the political and social development during that time took place. We'll also discuss the transformation of Nawabs from the strong rulers to rulers whose power started eroding. So, let's begin with the first part of this. Children, these are the topics which we will be covering under this chapter. But today, I will be including the topics like policies and the people, Nawabs lose their power, and the peasants and the sepoys. So, the first topic is the policies and the people. The policies of the East India Company affected different people like kings, queens, peasants, landlords, tribals, and soldiers in different ways. In the previous chapter, we all understood that the policies of the East India Company affected mostly all the groups in the Indian society in the different ways. We have also seen that how people resist the policies as well as the actions that harm their interest or goes against the sentiments of the people. Nawabs lose their powers. Children, in the previous chapter, we understood how the Nawabs lose their power in front of the British, how the powers taken away by the British from the Nawabs. Since the mid 18th century, Nawabs and Raja had seen their power erode, means their power were taken away by the British. They had gradually lost their authority and honor. Residents had also been sanctioned in many courts. The freedom of rulers reduced. Their army force disbanded. As you all know, as per in 1801, subsidiary alliance was imposed and it was annexed in 1857. Subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh. As per the subsidiary alliance, the Nawabs of India were not allowed to maintain their own army. If they required any help from the army, they need to take help from the British army, and for that they were required to pay a fixed amount to the British army. Along with the direct conquest and the doctrine of lapse were imposed, and symbols of authority were destroyed. Many ruling families tried to negotiate with the company to protect their interest. For example, we can take the example of Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. She wanted the company to recognize her adopted son as the legal heir of the kingdom Jhansi again after the death of her husband. And Nana Sahib also adopted a son of Peshwa Baji Rao too, and he also wanted the Britishers to accept his adopted son as a legal heir. He also gave up his father's pension. However, the company was confident of its military powers and turned down their pleas. Means the companies didn't pay any kind of attention to the request which has been holded by these families. The company even began to plan to bring an end to the Mughal dynasty, and Bahadur Shah Zafar was declared as the last king. The name of the Mughal ruler was also removed from the coins. In 1849, Governor General Lord Dalhousie announced after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, no one else from his family would become the ruler. They would be shifted out of Red Fort and given another place to reside in. Lord Canning also decided that the Bahadur Shah Zafar would be the last Mughal emperor, and after his death, none of his descendants would be recognized as kings. They would be just called as prince. Now the topic is peasants and the sepoys. In the countryside, peasants and zamindar resented the high taxes and rigid methods of revenue collection. Many failed to pay back their loans to the moneylenders and gradually lost their land they had tilled for generations. As we all know, British imposed a heavy tax on the people living in the countryside, and most of the time the people were not able to pay the tax in time. Due to that, after a certain period of time, they started losing their lands which they had from generations. The Indian sepoys in the employment of company were also very unhappy about their pays, allowances, and the condition of service. The people who were in the British Army from India were not happy. They were not paid equal amount of money which the British soldiers were getting. Even they were not treated well in the British Army. That is why they were unhappy. They also faced many problems regarding their religious beliefs and sentiments. Children, did you know that in those days many people in the country believed if they crossed the sea they would also lose their religion and caste? So, most of them denied to travel using sea routes, though they agreed to travel through land routes. Moreover, some new rules violated their religious sensibilities and beliefs, but Britishers made it compulsory for everyone in service to follow all the terms. They were forced to follow the rules that had been imposed by the British. Sepoys also had the agriculture background, so they were directly affected with revenue policies of British. They were they were under heavy loans from the British. So this is all for the video. Children, in case of any doubt, you can clear up your doubt in the online sessions. Thank you.